And hello, what's up everyone? This is me, Phritzy, and this is me talking to myself. What is me talking to myself? Well, it's kind of like writing in a journal, except I'm speaking to a camera. It's basically the same thing because this camera doesn't respond to me, and when you write in a journal, the journal does not talk back at you. However, you can still come up with thoughts and blah, 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 blah. Why do I put this out on YouTube instead of just writing in my own journal? Well, I want to be more of a creative person, and I find that I self-sabotage or I get in my own way, and I have a ton of insecurities, and I get nervous, and I stumble over words like I just did. And I would hide. I would be like, oh, I can't do this kind of stuff. And the best possible way that I've come up with in my head to overcome this is, well, by making these videos. So join me as I just babble on for a while for you. So today or last few days, maybe even last week, I've been thinking a lot about the idea of resilience. Resilience I guess before I kind of even talk about it, I give you some context. Work in general, my day job has been really freaking hard, and I'm able to get through it, but then I get to the end of the day, and the idea of even making this stuff, YouTube, videos, any of that, is like, I can't. I'm exhausted. You know, I actually thought probably a good dozen times about yes or no, should I make a video tonight, because I was tired. And, the answer is I should just make a video. I should just do it, not think about it. But you're exhausted and you're coming up with all these things. So anyways, kind of going back to my job, I swear to God, my job just gets more difficult and more difficult every single day. And I can look at it in one of two ways. I can either look at it and be, well, this is crap, and just be a complete victim of my environment. Now, I am choosing not to. I am partly because I've had a pattern of I'll be in a job or I'll be in a situation and I feel like I'm acting like a victim of whatever situation. I feel like the circumstances are too much, or it's, maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's just a frustrating number of things. And so I want to pick option 2. So what is option 2? Well, option 2 is what I think of in terms of going to the gym. Like when you think of going to the gym, you are like, say you're lifting weights. You want to build muscle, for example. You're standing there pushing hundreds of pounds of weight, either from your chest, or you're doing these deadlifts, or all these things. Can you tell they don't go to the gym that much? But I do like the idea of lifting weights, because you are gaining muscle, or it's like you're going for a run, you're building up stamina, that kind of stuff. But it's funny because when you think about going to the gym, you're like, yeah, I'm really building myself up. But if you change that situation and you just took a whole bunch of people and you just forced them into a room to work out, or not to work out, just lift a bunch of, potato sacks all day long, that'd basically be torture. I'm pretty sure that's torture. So what I'm kind of getting at is I can be in a situation, say at my job or whatever, and I can be thrown hurdle after hurdle, and I can treat it like I'm the victim of my own circumstance. I'm the victim of everything, and I'm just being swept along this river of chaos. Or I can be like, well, no, this is building me up. This is toughening me up. I'm going to actively choose to walk into this every single day. That's a bit tough. I mean, I guess nothing worth doing is What am I saying? Nothing worth doing is tough. No, nothing worth doing is not tough. Somebody help me here. I know somebody listening will help me. What's the word? How do I say it? Whatever. You get what I'm saying. It's better to put yourself in a tougher situation, a realistic tough situation, but kind of get yourself out of the box. And I guess that was sort of the point of me making these videos, is how it's like I feel like I have a talent for this. But when the going gets tough, I'm like, I'm out. Today, as an example, as I said before, I contemplated not making a video multiple times. Why? Because I was tired. Well, I'm tired at work all day, and I still do it. Sometimes I'll be so exhausted, and I'll go to the back, and I'll just... and I just stare at a wall, and I just stare. Okay, and then I go back into it. And it's funny, I just did that, and I'm like, I actually feel a little bit better. And so I have to learn to apply that into this. And it's funny, as you get better in life, as you kind of push yourself, you go up against things that are far more difficult. Things don't get easier. Again, kind of going back to the gym lifting weight analogy, is, say you've never lifted a weight in your life. So you pick up 2 pounds, and good for you. That's tough. And then after a while, those 2 pounds are really easy. So then you kind of move up, and you get to 5 pounds, and then eventually 7, 8, 10 pounds. And you're working way to 15, 20, 30, etc. The weight never loses its weight as you get stronger. The 30 pounds doesn't all of a sudden become less than 30 pounds once you're able to just whoop, That was me hitting my ring against this water glass. It's just you becoming stronger. You're able to lift the weight of whatever the world is that surrounds you far better. And it's important that you don't take on too much weight at a time. But I think it's important that when you are straddled? No, that's the wrong word. I'm using a lot of wrong words today. Totally side topic. As an example of how tired I am, was it this morning or the day before? When you go through a routine of like showering, and it's like you have a certain specific order of what you do. So me, it's I shampoo my hair, and I put some conditioner in it, or I wash it, put some conditioner, and put soap on my body, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I took the body soap, and for the first thing I did, and I just tossed it in my hair. And I'm like, wait. So anyway, if I'm saying some stupid words, that's why. So what was I talking about? Yeah, so you get a whole load of weight put onto your shoulders. You can choose to be, this is garbage, this is happening to me, or you can choose to look at it, move forward, and go, I'm going to get through this. And then in a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, you're going to be like, I'm glad I went through this. And maybe you'll know somebody else who's going through said situation, and you can help them through that situation too. It's funny how that idea of hindsight is 2020. Like, I think we've all had that experience of you're suffering through something and it's awful, and you're just praying to get out of it, but really you should have been praying to stick through it, and maybe you did stick through it. And again, years later, you look back and you're like, I would not be able to handle the situations I can handle today if it wasn't for this or that. So I guess that's really all that's on my mind. I've had to kind of cycle this word resilience over and over quite a bit, because for me, when I feel like the going gets tough, I do think a lot about quitting, whether it's like I want to quit my job, or I just want to quit this YouTube thing, or just like, pout and forget the world. And I know if I just buckle in, I'll get through it. One thing that helps me with work on occasion when it gets really tough is the day eventually ends. And I stop thinking about, even when I say I have an hour left and I have so much to do, I stop thinking about how am I going to finish up by the end of the day. I just think about each moment. It's like, okay, what is the one thing I'm working on? I have to be incredibly present on that. And I guess, again, kind of talking about my YouTube stuff, it's like I might be thinking, I'm just pumping out another video. I'm not getting any traction. Nobody wants to watch my stuff. Who cares? What's the fucking point? And it's like, why am I thinking that far ahead? Why is that important? Is there something that's going to happen that if I don't think that far ahead, that something's going to blow up in my face? Why am I torturing myself on something that has not yet happened and probably won't happen? It's just my imagination. My imagination is torturing me. So then I just have to show up and do these, and the nice thing is when I sit down and start talking, I don't really have a choice to do anything else. I sit down and even like today, I sat down and I turned on everything and I was like thinking, oh, what should I say? And I'm like, I don't know. Why am I thinking about what I should say? I should just hit play and start talking and just let whatever comes out come out. Again, like a previous video of mine, it's like I'm talking about showing the world my dirt. It's like just garbage. Here's all the garbage. Here's the random nonsense that's in my head. And if I can just clear it out and shut up the negative voices, but also, not get so high off of some success that I get, and I just stay steady, focused in the zone. That's partly why I like games, because there's not a lot of high moments and there's not a lot of negative moments if you're playing the right game in the right situation. You're just there. You're just present. You're just focusing on getting better. Anyway, that's the thing I want to talk about today. Resilience. Gonna be working on that. Anyway, I think we'll call it quits for today. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Peace.